Trading personal time for a paycheck creates a fragile, high-stress job where you are the only employee. If your income stops the moment you stop designing, writing, or consulting, you are managing a task list rather than a business. Millions of people are shifting toward independent work, establishing a structural shift in the workforce. This movement is distinct from the gig economy of rideshares and temporary labor. It is composed of founders and consultants building standalone enterprises. Data shows traditional employment remains flat, while solo businesses have surged. Over 56% of solopreneurs launched after 2020, accounting for 27% of the workforce. Collectively, they generate $1.7 trillion, roughly 6.8% of U.S. economic output. The modern solo founder ignores the venture capital model of high cash burn. Instead, 84% use their own money to launch, half starting with under $5,000. Avoiding external debt pays off. 77% reach profitability in their first year. High performers achieve this by utilizing agentic KEP stacks, AI systems that can reason and execute multi-step tasks autonomously. We can reverse engineer these tools to understand how they replace traditional employees. Success in this economy depends on the strategic decoupling of financial output from personal time. Scalability is the dividing line between a struggling freelancer and a business owner. It's the ability to increase revenue without a proportional increase in your hours or costs. The Solopreneur architecture matrix categorizes businesses by effort and price. The horizontal axis tracks the shift from active work to passive systems. Most solo workers begin with project-based work or advising. These offer high rates, but remain in the active quadrant. These active models hit an inevitable ceiling. Your income is limited by the simple mathematics of available billable hours. Growth requires moving into the right-hand quadrants, digital products and recurring subscription models. Packaging expertise into a course or template allows you to build an asset once and sell it an infinite number of times, with zero marginal cost for each new customer. Shifting to a subscription model transforms unpredictable projects into a stable, recurring revenue base. High-earning founders combine these through a strategy of revenue stacking. They build a layered architecture. A consulting base provides immediate cash flow, digital products provide scale, and subscriptions provide long-term stability. For example, a fractional chief marketing officer, an executive who serves as a part-time marketing head for multiple companies, can layer a passive template playbook over their active consulting hours to maximize their time. Adding an audience-building channel, like a newsletter, acts as an automated lead generator that drives traffic into these stacked services. Layered revenue effectively protects the business from market fluctuations and completely removes the limit on individual human output. Operating this architecture effectively requires a shift in role. A successful solo founder acts as a manager of digital agents. The technological stack replaces traditional corporate headcount, removing the need for physical offices and payroll. A standard corporation relies on 4 human staff departments: marketing, sales, admin, and IT. Solo founders replace these with tools. Marketing becomes AI content. Admin becomes workflow automation. IT becomes no-code development, building software without writing code. Workflow automation serves as the central nervous system of the business, connecting apps and moving data without human intervention. This sequence shows how a lead moves from LinkedIn through a logic filter and into a CRM. A customer relationship management system tracks client interactions and triggers automated follow-ups instantly. Marketing is handled by generative AI and LLMs. An LLM, or large language model, is a powerful AI program trained on vast data to generate human-like text and research. These tools collapse the time and skill barriers previously requiring a full creative team, producing professional copy and assets in minutes. The IT department is replaced by no-code development platforms. These visual builders allow non-technical founders to launch complex web applications and e-commerce systems without hiring engineering teams. Managing this interconnected digital org chart gives one person the operational capacity of a 10-person enterprise. Leveraging these systems is critical because the solo model has specific failure points. The most common risk is all the hats burnout. This happens when a founder tries to execute every task manually instead of using their digital agents. Over 60% of solopreneurs underestimate the daily operational load, with 41% reporting time management as their primary struggle. Time deficits lead directly to income volatility. A business that relies solely on active labor cannot maintain a consistent pipeline. This lack of leverage shows in the data. 36% of independent solo workers earn less than $25,000 annually. Isolation is the third major risk. Working alone can degrade strategic momentum and kill motivation. High performers use mastermind groups and peer networks to replicate the collaborative environment of a traditional office. Failing to address time debt, volatility, and isolation simply turns an independent business into a fragile, low-paying trap. Transitioning from manual execution to system design requires 3 specific operational shifts. First, audit your weekly tasks and identify the most repetitive manual process. Build one automation to permanently remove it from your schedule. Second, productize a bespoke service. Standardize your deliverables into a fixed-price digital asset that does not require your active labor to fulfill. Third, establish a strict financial safety net. A cash buffer of several months allows for strategic decision-making rather than desperate client acquisition. To break the final ceiling of human growth, move towards strategic non-soloing. Over 60% of successful solopreneurs hire fractional contractors. They pay to offload administrative tasks so they can focus exclusively on high-value strategy. This economy optimizes for different outcomes. 47% of solopreneurs prioritize stability and lifestyle control over hypergrowth. The tools to build a profitable business on your own terms are now universally accessible. The barrier to entry has disappeared. Stop trading your hours for dollars. Begin building your layered technology and revenue systems today. Professional independence comes from designing a machine that works for you. Identify the first task you will automate and state it in the comments below.